two of the great names of New Zealand rugby grace the silverware of the Heartland Championship. Yesterday, Mid-Canterbury too good at Bullard to win the Meads Cup. Today, it is the Lochore Cup on the line. North Otago hosting Wanganui at Whitestone Contracting Stadium. Wanganui were red hot at King Country 8 days ago. North Otago pipped South Canterbury to win the right to host today's decider. And here we are in the South Island of New Zealand. And let's have a look at the Wanganui team. They've had a bit of a mixed season, but they came alive, as I said, 8 days ago in crushing King Country. Cole Baldwin at hooker is about as experienced and as wily as you get in the Heartland Championship. He's got plenty of power beside him. Madams and Woodmas are industrious in the second row. Peter Rose, the skipper. Rita Lama is Wanganui's fourth choice first five. And at the back, Ace Marlowe plays his 66th game. Joining me in commentary this afternoon, former Highlander and one-time North Otago representative, Kelvin Middleton.
Oh, thank you, Tom. Yeah, pleasure to be here. And what I will say is challenging conditions, not only for us, Tom, up here hanging on to the scaffolding, but also the players out there. Here we have the North Otago team. Great front row, Darling, Telfer and Muffa, a lot of experience in that front row. Looking forward to the battle of Josh Clark, the captain there, along with Tonga Tonga and Taiti, and also the midfield, Suliagis, the brothers there. They are big, they are strong, they base a lot of play around them for North Otago, and again, they've got some speed to burn out wide.
They certainly do. Keep an eye on number 11, Matthew Vasia, still at school. It's St Kevin's, just around the corner from here, from this ground. Let's go downstairs. Ian Jones with the conditions.
Yep, thanks so much, Tom. Afternoon, everyone. They are going to be challenging. There's no question about that. It's a very strong southerly breeze blowing down the ground. That's going to be right to left on your screen. So territory is going to be dominated by the team playing that way. That's going to be Wanganui in the first half of the game. North Otago, the local boys, they won the toss. They've actually elected to play into the breeze, so clearly knows something about it.
This is how they got here. Wanganui 37-6, 6 tries to nil at Tikawiti 8 days ago, and North Otago pipping South Canterbury just up the highway in Timaru. And inside the dressing sheds, as I say, bit of a mixed bag for Wanganui in 2014, but they come here, they have a remarkable record in the Meads Cup in this format, and the Lochore Cup as well, and led out onto the park Wanganui by their skipper Peter Rowe, playing game number 99, but Rema Sagotti in jersey number 12, 6 tries in season 2014. He's on loan from Auckland, a product of Sacred Heart College and Mount Roskill Grammar in Auckland, but he's been a real punishing player in midfield, and they'll look to him to provide some grunt. And here they come, the home side, the North Otago Old Goals, led out by their skipper in his second year as the skipper, Josh Clark. But in the jersey number 10 is Ben Palmer, the 22-year-old out of Coventry in the United Kingdom. 51 points this season, kicked a lot of goals, and pretty much everything that North Otago do, Kelvin Middleton, is based around him, and he'll be crucial for them in these conditions.
Oh, he is absolutely crucial. It was interesting last week in the semi-final. He played the first half, and then they brought on Fenimore, the reserve, who probably was their starting first five just to weather the conditions. So, as we say, they base a huge amount of play around him, especially with those Suluaji brothers outside of him.
So, finals weekend in New Zealand, domestic rugby's competitions, and let's go downstairs for the national anthem of New Zealand.
Shall we go off after we finish?
The students of St. Joseph's here in Oamaru, and the scene is set for the final of the Lochore Cup. The referee, a familiar face as a player and now an official, Jamie Nutbrown of Canterbury, assisted by James Stallman and Grant Day. And our good friend Chris Hart, the television match official this afternoon. And as we get ready for kickoff, Kelvin Middleton, conditions will obviously play a part here, but with a trophy on the line, it's all to play for.
Well, that's it. A lot of things change, and as we can see, Wanganui last week they played King Country, who were top dogs, and they took them down. So they had the want, they had the desire, and now they've got the wind. How are they going to use it?
So we're in readiness. Rita Lama with ball in hand for Wanganui. And Whitestone Contracting Stadium, the venue for the decider. The last of 4 finals on Sky Sport. And we're underway in the Lochore Cup Final. And it's taken down by the big number 8 for North Otago, Tonga Tonga. Early touch for the hooker as well, Tougher. Early kick and charge down by Wanganui and diving on the ball. And it is the Butcher boys from the north in possession. Baldwin, we talked about him, just outside the 22-metre line. Early touch for the prop forward, Tofa. Ball is presented. It comes back for Lama, but he's taken down. Here's the fullback, Malo. Vastly experienced player is Ace Malo. Horrocks, another touch at scrum half. Zagoti scored a lot of tries this year. Here's Wanganui again. Comes out to the winger, Kubunavanua, the Fijian. Horrocks sticks right. Attempted intercept by North Otago by the left winger, Vosia, and into touch. And, well, Wanganui, ball in hand, and they'll have a scrum line out as well, Kelvin.
Yeah, that's it. You can see North Otago's attempt. If they just should have held on to the ball, but quickly, they want to play quickly, Wanganui.
They certainly do. They set up the rolling maul to the visitors. And this is an impressive start by Wanganui. They're just 6 metres from the goal line. Comes back for Horrocks. Gets the pass to Lama, short ball to Rima Sagoti, but he's wrapped up by his opposite, Suliaj. And the ball is turned over. Good defence from North Otago, but it's all Wanganui in the first couple of minutes.
You could see there North Otago doing the right option. They had a good run out with Tonga Tonga and Taufa, but silly kick. You can't just turn that ball over, especially in tight situations like this. And again, Wanganui, great play from that line out. Nice rolling drive there, Carmo.
Yeah, well, they got this field position, Wanganui, poor kick option from North Otago. Territory is not going to be an option for them in this first 40 minutes, playing into a very stiff southerly breeze. So it's all about possession for them. Once they get it, they need to hold on to it, go multiple phases, and just inch their way up. Deaden some time if they can. Hold on to the football for long periods of time.
So defensive scrum for North Otago. Under the pump in the first couple of minutes. And the all-important first scrum. It's steady. And Tonga Tonga gets the pass back to Robbie Smith. And you get a good indication of that breeze. He gave it plenty, did the scrum half. And into touch it goes, and Wanganui will have a line out just outside the 22-metre line. Yeah,
good solid platform from that scrum there. As we've said, Ralph Darling, Talfa, Murphy up front for North Otago, seasoned campaigners.
So Baldwin, he finds his jumper, pops back for Horrocks and Lama. Zagotzi wrapping around his Lama, creates the overlap, but the pass. The ball is knocked forward, firstly by North Otago, but again, Kelvin, Wanganui, their back line showing plenty of endeavour, and they created an opportunity there, which unfortunately they couldn't capitalise on.
As you said, they scored plenty of tries last weekend in the semi. They're certainly going out with the same intent. And they got some flyers out wide. As you've said, Sangotti, you talked about him at the start of the game. He's certainly involved in everything.
Scored 6 tries, as he 6 tries in season 2014. Rima Sagoti.
The option here, Tom of Ace Marlowe, experienced fullback on the short side, on the right.
And that's the way they come. Horrocks. Here's Marlowe. Finds his winger, gets the pass out to the right winger, Dibbin. And into touch the ball goes. And North Otago thought that attack, but as Karma mentioned, Kelvin, getting involved, the experienced fullback, Ace Marlowe.
Yeah, he's quite a player in himself. Beautiful little 8-9, just getting down the side. Nice big hit coming in there. Take that. That was Freedy.
And North Otago, they win the line out, comes back to the first 5 Parlour, but all he can do is bang it into touch. And you get the feeling it could be a long 40 minutes for North Otago at this rate.
This is where they're going to be playing the bulk of their game. This is where the win's coming. Wanganui, they're throwing it in quick, doing a great line-out pull.
North Otago steal one at line-out time. This time Smith kicks from the base of the ruck, and it's swirling around. Marlowe gets his hands on the ball for Wanganui and spins and presents for Smith. Here they come again. Sagoti steps inside one. Rima Sagoti bouncing off tackles. Gets the pass back to Lama. Spinning is the left winger, Kubu Navanua. Horrocks again. Driving forwards, a big prop forward, Latu. Straightening and making it nice and physical.
Stay there.
Wanganui. Lama again, another touch. Here's Kubu Navanua, frees the arms, does the big left winger. Lama flying at this one is Tofa.
Ball's there. Stay, yellow.
Baldwin gets back towards the heavy traffic. Here it comes for Lama, decides to take a drop goal, and it off the upright it goes, and away. And Marston gets rid of it for North Otago. They're mixing it up, and in the end, Alita Lama tried to steal 3.
Well, that certainly caught everyone by surprise, and just see you lining up. Everyone thought, well, that's either going to go about 300 metres past the post, and no one was quite ready for it to bounce back.
It is a good acknowledgement, though, of North Otago's defence early on, and Wanganui's desire with this big breeze to score lots of points.
So, Wanganui, another line-out win. Woodmas and Madams, their lock-forward combination. That was Sonny Woodmas who won that one, the Oamaru soldier. And here they come. Wanganui, they've pretty much had exclusive use of the ball. Horrocks, Lama flips the pass back inside, bouncing out of the tackles. Lama, another carry. Here's Sagoti, tries to get rid of Suliage. Holding it up. Comes to ground for Wanganui. Horrocks back on the inside, Marlowe. Presenting it as Tofa. Here they come again. Here's the big number 8. Bouncing out of one tackle is Ulakuta. They come to the left again. It comes out to the right wing. Here's to the line goes the left winger, Kubu Navanua. But he's lost the ball forward, and North Otago survive again.
Now, I think that's a chance that went begging there for Wanganui. Absolute Ulakata, what a powerful man he is. You can see the size of him, he's a big rig. See here, beautiful inside out, so here's a nut here. Get out of my way, son. There he goes, laying up, good ball of Wanganui. Nice little back ball from Lama. Just put it down cold, right on the line.
Well, Calvin, if you want to go for it, Ulakuta is the man to do it, the big number 8. Doing it all season long. A special ball too from Arita Lama, the 10. Not enjoying, I've got to say, the way North Otago kicking away possession. Better served to hold on to it if they can.
So ball in and then out again. And Jamie Nutbrown says, let's have it again.
Well, if anything knows anything about scrum put-ins, it is that Jamie Nutbrown. Played a lot himself. Bay of Plenty player, Crusaders, 2004, 2008. good man. Played New Zealand Colts as well, so young up-and-coming ref, isn't it? Great to see, Tom, these guys coming through the system.
And we saw last night, Glenn Jackson, of course, another man from that part of the country, Bay of Plenty, Waikato. And here's Nutbrown, who spent a lot of time up there as well. So here's the scrum, and it's a tight head. Ula Kuta gets the ball knocked down, and the ball is lost forward. And a shame for Whanganui there. They did good work at the scrum, Kelvin, and just couldn't capitalise at the back there.
Yeah, look, that was a great steal up front. You talked at the front. See Cole Baldwin there, he bent right around it. And he's in the Heartland squad again. He's been in it 3 previous years. Just getting, unfortunately, just those little errors making life hard for Whanganui.
Crouch!
Very much about patience, though, for Wanganui down there. Get enough territory. They are getting the ball, so the points will come. They just can't keep pushing and chasing it, though.
And more trouble at the scrum for North Otago, but it comes finally to Smith. And then Whanganui, though, Sagoti struggling to get it to ground, and they can't. And it's a turnover. And there's that man again. We've mentioned him quite a few times, haven't we? Rima Sagoti, number 12 for Whanganui, and he's making a bit of a nuisance of himself so far in this first half.
Yeah, certainly in. Nice tackle, ball and all here. Both Lama in there as well. Look at that, just nice and strong. That's good strength, that.
Danger man here, Tom, from the scrum. You have a 15-metre left-hand blind, but Sami Kubanua, the left wing, you see him inside. Maybe a straight option from the scrum.
Sit!
One of the star players here. You want the ball in his hand as much as you can.
So Ulakuta can't pick it up again. And North Otago walks straight over the top. And they have the advantage as well. Here's Smith back to Palmer. And again he decides to kick. And coming forward to meet this one is that man that Kamo mentioned, Kubun Avanua. Now going round is Malo. Gets rid of Wonders, the fullback.
Stay there, Yellow.
Tofa. Another run. Prop forwards like to get their hands on the ball. Here's Sagoti trying to create a bit of space out wide for Dibbins. Here's Simon Dibbins trying to go inside over the 22-metre line. Lays it back again for Horrocks. Here's Sonny Woodmiss. Baldwin almost got in the way. Another prop forward, Latu. Spinning out of tackles is Kamapeli Latu. Horrocks. Coming back on the cut was the other lock forward, that's Madams. Horrocks. So far, North Otago's defence is up to the task. Horrocks again. Yes, Baldwin. Bit of off the ball stuff. But Whanganui, here they come again. Malo juggles it.
It's a move!
North Otago doing a good job on defence here, and again they've held him up and not picked up.
Offside.
But offside, and so some reprieve for North Otago, but for all their effort, Whanganui, they haven't got any points in North Otago at the moment. Kelvin, they'll be thinking to themselves they're pretty lucky at this point.
I think they'll be very happy, as Kamo said earlier, 12 minutes, and I'd say pretty much 12 minutes or 11 minutes 30 have been on defence. So looking at the territory, 100% Whanganui. And a game we knew the conditions were going to come into it. Kamo, how's it sitting down there on the sideline?
Well, it's not changing at all. The locals do tell me with great confidence that it's not going to bring any breeze, this southerly wind. But the 12 minutes in North Otago have been good. The most impressive thing for me so far has been their discipline. Under immense pressure, but not giving away silly penalties and any opportunity for points.
So, Darling, Ralph Darling in his 62nd match today. The big prop forward throws to the line out. And North Otago, a chance to hold on to the ball for a spell. And they maul it forward. He held at the back there by Tonga Tonga. And here he goes, does Sembisoni Tonga Tonga. Doesn't make too many metres.
Use it!
It's Saleh Pai. This time it's the skipper, Clark. Another pick and go. Pye has another go. Over halfway goes the lock forward.
Use it!
They're edging closer to Wanganui territory.
Roll out, Blue! He's fine!
And straight over the top go Wanganui. Here's Evans. Horrocks. Sagoti drills the kick. It falls back into the hands of Taufui. And the ball's knocked forward.
Advantage, knock on, Blue.
North Otago, probably the right idea on that occasion though, Kelvin. They kept it tight, the forwards, a few pick and goes. They almost got to halfway, not quite. Almost got into that territory, almost got some territory.
Yeah, that's it, but they're doing exactly, it's a funny thing, the odd win. Talking about this is coming up to the turnover here. North Harbour, they just didn't quite have the numbers, and a great seal in there by Adams, sorry. I think you called it right though, Tom. Just got to plug away around the edges. That wind's throwing the ball around. I'm sure they can open up wider soon.
Injury concern, sorry, Calvin, for the big tight head prop, North Otago, Murphy. Right calf muscle there. But that was better tactics, I have to say, from North Otago. The pick and drive maybe got a little bit infield. So I think any player who's grown up in these conditions, anyone from Wellington, of course, will understand the sideline has to be their friend and playing into the breeze. Plug away the short side, get big numbers at the breakdown, so you retain possession and just ride out the 40 minutes.
Yeah, certainly it's got a Wellington feel about it. As someone from Wellington myself, I can tell you it's not quite Athletic Park, but it's pretty chilly. And North Otago, 15 minutes in. And I'd say their coach, Mike Mullins, pretty pleased that they haven't conceded any points, but looking for a bit more of what he saw in those last couple of phases. Smith. Here's Palmer, a chance for the backs. Suliaj, that's Ikaroma Suliaj, one of the two brothers in midfield for North Otago. Lovely little clever pass back on the inside from Smith to Darling. Head down, Kilioni Tofa. Here's the other Suliaj brother, it's Denaina. Finally, North Otago just getting a little bit of territory. And the ball was loose, and Wanganui have knocked it forward, coming forward.
Liking this combination already between Smith and Palmer, the English first five. Rob Smith was a lone player, but transferred to Mahino this year, so is now classed as a local player. Beautiful little small passes that he's flicking in between the forwards, and combination, especially with Palmer, English first five on a day like this when you need a good boot. Lovely, isn't it?
Well, it's funny you say that, actually, Kelvin. I spoke to him before the match, Ben Palmer, and he said the one thing he loved about playing down here was because nobody liked kicking it. I said to him, with these conditions, you'll probably enjoy kicking it a bit more, and he said maybe all the years in the UK might come in handy today. So, right, here's North Otago, Tonga. Here's Smith, but Smith got the ball and the Wanganui skipper at the same time. And here they come. Pye over the 10-metre line. Josh Clark for North Otago. Palmer floats the pass over the top, but having to go back to collect it is the big lock forward, Saleh Pye. Here's Palmer again. Tonga. Giving it a bit of air. There's Suliaj. Gets the pass back inside to Clark. Wanganui calling for the knock-on, didn't get it. Comes back for Smith again. This time from distance is Tonga. The ball was knocked forward, and so Wanganui will get the scrum, but North Otago much better, Kelvin Middleton.
Yeah, they look strong when they got ball in hand, don't they, Carmo?
Yeah, and of course, playing into this breeze, it's easier floating those long balls as well as always coming back towards you. So depth and timing, really a lot easier playing into the breeze. But for my mind, still the pick and drive option, I think you're just going to have to roll up your your sleeves, all the forwards, and work damn hard for the 40 minutes into it. There's absolutely no other way around it. Wanganui now with the ball and a good chance just to get some field position back.
Free kick, yellow, time wasting. Back 10.
So taken quickly by Ulakata. And here's Rima Sagoti. Follow me, lads. Horrocks. It's a short pass and it's the tackle and it's ripped away by North Otago.
Off his knee, play on!
But didn't have enough support. And so turned over and North Otago turned it over again. And no, now it's turned over again. How many times he turned the ball over in that sequence? Here it comes for Lama. Bouncing around at the back for Connor Ferretti. Shows it as the Fijian test fullback. Diving through though, Wanganui. Battling on the ground for the ball.
Ball's there, leave it!
And Horrocks can see it for Wanganui. Trying to muscle his way through.
Roll out, one!
Lama floats the pass out to Ulakuta. But over the ball with North Otago. And a great work at the breakdown. Ulakuta slightly isolated. And North Otago affect the turnover.
Well, Calvin, a chance for North Otago for the first time, I believe, in this half to get within the 22. Be a full line-out, you'd imagine, and also a chance for a line-out drive, because if they can keep plugging away, any points will be so valuable playing into this really stiff southerly breeze.
Yeah, it's always been an interesting one. Oh, look at that. He goes, that's a win for you. Oh, amazing pick-up there.
Oh, superbly taken, flying through. And here's North Otago hot on attack. Goes the big hooker, Toffa, lays it back to the prop forward Muffy. Here come the old Golds. They haven't had too many chances. In fact, they've had none. Trying to create one here.
No hands! Ball's there.
Smith comes to Suliaj. That's Ekaroma Suliaj. Trying to get to ground.
Ball's there! Leave it, yellow!
Wanganui have worked hard at the breakdown and they get the turnover. Here is Sagoti. Hard man to put down is Rima Sagoti.
He's fine!
And it's ripped away by Pai. And North Otago have it again. Smith. Here's Suliaj charging.
Advantage!
They stick left again. Palmer. Palmer running. Ben Palmer! Oh, brilliant stuff from North Otago.
Time, boys. Time.
We're going upstairs. Ben Palmer thinks he's scored it. And North Otago, after pretty much 20 minutes of defending, have scored the first try. Superb stuff from the hosts.
Well, that's it. They've got the crowd pumped now. As you say, that is the first time they've got in the 22 after, 20 minutes of footy time. And boy, oh boy, that Palmer, he's paid dividends there. You can see here from the kick, almost a planned move. He knew he had sliced it. We'll see a absolute beautiful eye on the ball. After this, there was a large number of play, few turnovers, saw that gap, took wide, ignored the run in, and lovely try by Ben Palmer.
Was that beautiful off-line too from Tafua, the hooker, wasn't it? Just holding two Wanganui players. That really was the key to it. Stop the drift defence, hold on to the hooker coming the different line. Palmer could go around the outside. I tell you what, this is a real difficult kick. Aiming 5 metres to the left hand of the upright. If he can convert this, this will be magical 2 points.
Oh, Ben Palmer, superb stuff from the English-born first 5'8", and North Otago, having just tasted 23% territory in this match, effectively being down in the 22 for 1 minute, and they have the opening try. And that's a soul destroyer for Wanganui, having dominated territory, possession. Still North Otago got work to do here. And Josh Clark, the skipper, drives it up, and then the number 8, Tonga Tonga. Here's Palmer, the try scorer, tries to bang it ahead.
Offside!
But Wanganui backs are offside.
Come off Blue's foot.
You called it earlier, Carmo, about North Otago. How incredibly good they were on defence, not giving away penalties. Certainly in these conditions, you just give an inch, they take a mile.
Well, even that kick through there, Calvin, could have turned a disaster for North Otago. Peter Rowe thought he'd got it cleanly. The skipper, he didn't. You just see the difficulty of drop kicking the ball like that, how much the breeze can affect from hand to foot. Line out now dead in front of me. Shortened one by North Otago, Ralph Darling, the veteran.
3, 2, 1.
Good line out throw it, keep it flat and hard.
That's what he tries to do.
Numbers.
Yes. Wanganui get their maths wrong. So a free kick for North Otago.
Scrum will be the option. Bringing the defence, know where they all are. It's been solid, Kelvin. Their set fade. Scrum in particular, North Otago, been good in this area.
Yeah, they've had a very good platform to launch off. Look here, don't think they'll be going any wider than the second five. Nice cuts on the inside, see their formation there. Second five centre, all around together.
Bind. Sit.
So Robbie Smith, solid. Here's Palmer, flat pass to Ekaruma, Suliaj. Second phase ball to Clark. This time Smith decides the kick. Mullo going backwards, touched the ball to the fullback Ace Mullo.
Knock on Blues.
And after absorbing all the early pressure, North Otago, a couple of things going their way and a mistake from the veteran fullback for Wanganui.
You can see here, beautiful. Just, you watch his head here, he's looking up. Yeah, just took his eyes completely off that. Disappointing veteran, all right. Boy, he's been around the traps. Played Taranaki, 2003, the boy. So 4 season up at Mighty Naki, who will be partying today, won't they, Tom?
They certainly will be. Party kicked off at about 9:30 last night. I don't imagine it'll be finished at 9:30 tonight somehow.
Sit.
Congratulations to Taranaki. But here, there's a trophy to be won. And here at North Otago, Palmer, Suliaj cuts back to his brother and charging over the vantage line over the 22. They come left again, Tonga. Running with real purpose, the North Otago players.
Stay blue.
Growing in confidence after scoring that try. And here is the big fullback, Konaforiri. Smith tried to throw the pass back on the inside, got collared for his trouble. He's up and again as Robbie Smith. It's a bit messy. North Otago and Wanganui trying to walk over the top of this one. Advantage is being played though for the old Golds.
Use it.
Try another pick and go. Certainly working harder.
Who's there?
Wanganui.
Use it. Advantage.
Very slow. Here's Pye for North Otago. It's inside the 22-metre line.
Yep, advantage over.
Palmer, flat pass to the prop forward, Palinapi Muffy. Smith again. I think that was Ralph Darling throwing himself at the line. Another touch for Pye. He gets the offload to his blocking partner Whitburn, and he didn't let it go. And good defence from Wanganui.
Yeah, that's the danger with North Otago. They are trying to pick and go around the edges, using those one-off runners, especially the likes of Darling, Murphy. But from doing it, they're just running out of numbers.
Marlowe spotted some space and he's hoofed it downfield, and he'll hope that the breeze isn't as strong as it could have been, but all the way back we go to the 22. But Ace Marlowe thought he spotted a bit of open country, and he was right, but the breeze was a good example there for the viewers at home, Carmo, of that breeze and how strong it is.
It certainly is. In North Otago now have got 12.5 minutes just to keep plugging away, hold the ball if they can. Every time they make a mistake, they have to realise, and they will have done this, they're going to lose territory. Look at that, 96%. Boy.
Here's the big number 8, Gulakuta, who made an impact in those first 20 minutes. Wonderful work at the breakdown from North Otago. And they effort the penalty, and away goes Robbie Smith, takes it quickly. Thought about throwing the pass to Palmer. Pye bouncing out of the tackles is Suliage. That's Tanina Suliage. Darling's at half-back. Pick and drive.
Use it!
Distance comes. Tolfa the hooker.
Stay there. Use it!
They go again to North Otago. Not making a lot of ground, but
He's fine.
this is what we talked about they need to do for the next 12 and a half minutes into this heavy breeze. Again, it's slow, and the call from referee Nutbrown is to use it. Getting rid of one is the captain Clark. And killing from distance this time again is Darling. But Wanganui, great work at the tackle. Ball is charged down. Attempted clearance by Horrocks is charged down by, I think it was Matthew Vasia. And Wanganui will get the line out, but again under pressure at the base of the scrum.
Yeah, good steal in there from Adams. Stolen a couple, almost like a loose forward. Yeah, playing the second row for Wanganui. Big guy, one of the biggest guys on the field, 105k.
That's his locking partner, Woodmiss. And the box kick from Lindsay Horrocks comes down to Vasia. Scored a try to the schoolboy, tries to throw the pass out the back. And Wanganui have it with Malo. And Coniferidi's going to have to chase after this one. This is a good kick from Ace Malo, and Coniferi makes a meal of it. And into touch it goes, and that hands Wanganui a real attacking opportunity.
Well, Calvin, you only need opportunities in this match, don't you? And that's what Wanganui have got given themselves. An opportunity. A mistake from North Otago has given them a line-out chance. These conditions like that, and seeing Wanganui perform over the last few years, this is a wonderful opportunity for a line-out drive.
So here they come, the Butcher Boys, going from distance. Was the big number 8, Ulakuta, but he couldn't hang on. Great defence from North Otago.
Well, look, I'll reiterate what you were talking about then, and that is what a fantastic time to have a line-out drive. There are only 7 or so out. They'd already had a great drive. That has been during the week. You've probably practiced a move. You've talked about it. Think about the conditions, boys. That's all we need to ask you as a coach.
Crouch!
See there? He got taken out too, didn't he? Good big hit there.
Find!
It's a good battle at number 8, isn't it? Tonga and Ulakuta. Couple of big boys, and they clearly don't mind mixing it up.
Same channel, guys.
Ulakuta, he's a big man sitting there in the middle of your picture, number 8, Wanganui. Made the Heartland squad this year. Played a handful of games for the West Coast. Says in his resume he can play lock, flanker, centre, also played on the wing.
Crouch!
I think Ilakuta's also spent a bit of time at prop this season as well. Calvin, just
why not?
Well, just to throw it in there. I mean, I could have said anything then, couldn't I, really? But no, he has spent some time at prop too, as Ulakuta. Here is North Otago with Tonga and Smith combining, and this one drifting. Kubun Avanua probably could have let that drift into touch. Couldn't help himself, and hands the line out back to North Otago.
Isn't that a great scene there? The North Otago Supporters Club. Those guys travel up and down the length of the country supporting their team, the Old Golds.
Was that a bucket head I saw there too, Camo? And a nod to the Manawa 2 Turbos, perhaps?
An invited guest, I think. He's one of the Butcher Boys supporters.
Going backwards.
No, ball messy for Lama, and Kubun Avanua decides to come in and make up for his mistake, and Wanganui. Here's Zagoti. Tafui bouncing out of tackles. Tafui. Here's Horrocks. Malo runs into his opposite, Coniferi. Battling on the ground, and North Otago win the penalty.
Well, that was a great steal yet again in there. Tanina Saluaji. Beautiful. And been a lot of turnovers at the breakdown. There goes a bucket head.
Speaking of parties, they'll still be partying in Palmerston North too, wouldn't they?
Oh, it's great, isn't it? Absolute great weekend for footy. What a spectacle it's been.
Yeah, three very worthy champions in Manawatu, Mid-Canterbury and Taranaki. And one more to add this afternoon here. The Lochore Cup on the line, North Otago, 7 points to 0 in front. The Ben Palmer try. And here he is, the first 5-8. Off to Tonga Tonga. Over halfway go the old Golds. And nice short pass and rounding around. This time it's a good run from the flanker. Can he get the pass off? He can get the pass to Conoferetti. Over the 22. Great offload from Conoferetti. That's the captain Clark. Just 10 metres from the line. North Otago. Here they come again. Short pass and Murphy does well to... I was going to say he's done well to hold them off, but here they come. Right. Space for Kubun Avanua. But he's pushed into touch. Great scrambling defence from Tenaina Suliage. That could have been dangerous for North Otago if that man there had got any more space.
Oh boy, he's got some bright boots on and they were fair huffing down the sideline. See here, this is a beautiful run. Taiti delivered some good ball here too. The fullback, Conoferetti, got turned over there.
Darling done a good job at line-out time as the big prop, Ralph Darling. Here's North Otago, this time Palmer, who's been pretty solid. Just took his eyes off the ball there. Managed to get back to scramble. Walking straight through is Sagoti. Here's Smith. Coming down and meeting it is Kubun Avanua. Malo. He's got Dibbins outside him. Looks to cut back, does Dibbins. Strong runner, Simon Dibbin. Here's Kubun Avanua. Messy for Horrocks. This time it's picked up and away goes the centre. Taufui coming across to clean it up as the right winger for North Otago. He's under all sorts of pressure. There's lots of blue jerseys there. Driving over come Whanganui. Picked up by Baldwin. A real chance here for the visitors. They've set up a little more. If they can drive it, and up to the line goes the halfback Horrocks. And Lindsay Horrocks scores for Whanganui.
Leave it alone, guys.
Well, look, there you go. They were hard back, 40 out. Just got that big breaking run. There was room to burn out there. They put in the chip behind, got the turnover, and a good try there for Horrocks.
Well, a much needed one as well, Calvin, with this breeze as well. But nice to see both teams in the last 5 or 6 minutes starting to get the ball some air, using the width. A horrible bounce there from Divin, trying to rescue the situation. He couldn't do. Good numbers, Wanganui. I love the urgency to get into that last breakdown. Try. Pretty easy conversion here for Marlowe.
So Ace Marlowe adds the extras. And 36 minutes almost done on the clock. And it's 7 points all in the Lochore Cup Final of 2014. Lindsay Horrocks' try, responding to the earlier one scored by Ben Palmer for North Otago.
North Otago slowly drifting back. They're trying to suck up as much time as possible on the clock. Getting back for that kickoff.
I suppose, Kelvin, they'll be thinking to themselves at this stage, 7 all, if we could go into the turn all square. You'd think Mike Mullins, the coach, had said take that any day of the week in these conditions.
Absolutely.
It's a deep kickoff too from Ben Palmer, which you'd expect nothing else. Here's the try scorer, Horrocks. And he lets rip up the touchline, and you suspect North Otago might walk to this line out too, as the clock ticks down towards half-time.
Yeah, I think Mike Mullins, the North Otago coach, should be very happy and see here North Otago again opting for the short line out.
The job's not done though, because I would imagine Wanganui into this breeze too will be able to do very similar to what North Otago have done. A lot of pick and drives, a lot of hard work. That's what they're used to doing, Wanganui.
So here come North Otago, trying to make the pass with the quicker, tougher one. It's picked up and thrown over the top by Darling, but into touch we go.
Scrum line out. Scrum, boys. Blue ball.
3 minutes left. I'll be possibly looking to get the ball in hand, maybe have a real striking chance, and see a lot of talk within the Wanganui backs. Spreading out nice and wide. See there, Lama. As you said, they've used about 4 first fives. Here's the latest.
Josh Hamilton, Zion Hikanui, Dane Whale, they all had a go, and now Arita Lama. Here he is. Malo. Dibben. Simon Dibben just runs strongly when he's had a few opportunities he's had. The right winger. Here's Whanganui, prop forward, Campelli Latu. Flat pass from Horrocks and picked up well by Captain Peter Rowe. Real Wanganui stalwart is Peter Rowe. Fighting for this one on the ground was Marsden. But it comes for Whanganui again. Horrocks throws this pass back on the inside to Kupun Avanua, and he's lost the ball forward. So it was Messi at the back, and away they go. But Jamie Nutbrown says come back. But Messi at the back of the ruck, and then the penalty for offside.
Yeah, I think it was because it was so messy. Arita Lama, he thought he was directly onside, so he charged up, but got pulled up by Nutbrown.
So here's Ben Palmer, and safely into touch it goes as the clock ticks down towards half-time. 1 try apiece in the Lochore Cup Final so far. Ben Palmer for North Otago, Lindsay Horrocks for Whanganui. And here they come, North Otago charging through the middle. It's a great run. Over the 22-metre line he goes. There's Pye, it comes back for Palmer. Can they strike on the half-time? Pass out, it comes for the winger Marsden. Play on's the call. Coming over the top. Taufui for North Otago.
Use it!
Baldwin's playing at halfback. Floats it back to Sagotti, and it's touched, and one more chance perhaps for North Otago. Connor Ferretti doesn't get a kind bounce. He's the Fijian, trying to create something for Suliage, but he's driven into touch. And Jamie Nutbrown says, that'll do us. And so, half-time in the Lochore Cup Final. And an entertaining match so far at Whitestone Contracting Stadium. Calvin Middleton, 1 try apiece, but probably advantage North Otago, you'd think.
Oh, I think they'll be pretty happy going into the break, but we've been in games before with a team with a win behind them. Certainly they haven't played to it, so both teams, they've got plenty to work on for the second half.
So let's go downstairs. Ian Jones has got the Whanganui hooker, Cole Baldwin.
Yeah, thanks very much, Tom. Cold, tough conditions out there, no question about that. How do you guys feel it after 40?
Oh, she's pretty hard work out there, eh? Like, they're very physical and actually pushing us off the ball a bit, making things quite hard for us. We've just got to be more patient, eh? And hopefully the things will come for us, happen for us.
A lot of pick and drives in the second 40.
Oh, we're going to have to. We don't want to be kicking the ball away, otherwise we're playing in our own goal line for the rest of the game, eh?
Cheers, Cam. Cheers, thank you.
Well, he summed that up pretty well, didn't he? Cole Baldwin, the Whanganui hooker. Half-time at Whitestone Contracting Stadium in Oamaru. And it is 7 points all, North Otago and Whanganui. The Pinkbacks Heartland Championship Lochore Cup Final in Oamaru. 7 points all, North Otago. Palmer, the try and the conversion. Horrocks, the try. Malo, missed a penalty. Let's have a look at the highlights and the national anthems ahead of a quarters. You know, much anticipated match between these two teams, and a bit of fun at half-time as well. And Lamu had the opportunity to put Wanganui ahead in the first half. They couldn't do it. They had a lot of territory at this stage, didn't they, Kelvin?
Oh, they put immense pressure, but to North Otago's credit, they kept them out. This was a try opportunity there, put the ball down cold. See here, wiping the nose. She is a bit fresh. Ben Palmer having a cracker of a game. See here, this is from a penalty. They opted to take the kick out, didn't quite go. Beautiful catch there, and from the ensuing ruck, put it out nice and wide. Ben Palmer saw the gap, and he didn't need any further encouragement. Take that try to give North Otago open up the score.
Ben Palmer, North Otago was the first chance they really had, and Wanganui absorbed a lot of pressure, and then the chip and chase over the top involving Dibbins, and poor old Joe Marsden had a lot of work to do back here by himself. He did actually quite well to hold on to it, but in the end, Wanganui, just a numbers game. They got themselves together with Baldwin and some of their big men. They set up a little bit of a drive, and Lindsay Horrocks, he knew his way to the try line, the halfback. Yeah, and the conversion was successful. Inside the dressing room, Mike Mullins, the North Otago coach, and let's have a look at some of these stats. 43-57 territory, Kelvin, but look at down the bottom there. That's a big one for North Otago.
Look, that is absolutely massive. Look, it took North Otago 20 minutes to get into Wanganui territory, and they just got into that from their 13 pick and goes, and make no mistake, that's exactly what the Wanganui boys will be talking about. We need to keep the ball in hand, we need to rumble around the edges and just keep it going.
Half-time, North Otago 7, Wanganui 7 in the Lochore Cup Final. Half-time, 7 points all. Ian Jones is downstairs with the North Otago coach, Mike Mullins.
Yep, thanks so much, Tom. Well, Mike, great discipline that first 40 minutes. What was the chat like in the sheds?
Yeah, same thing, Camo. Keep our structure, keep our discipline, pay down the other end of the field with the wind behind us, and just keep hold of the ball, and hopefully a few phases will come away with some scoring opportunities from that.
Breeze isn't going to do it for you, though, so looking for width.
Yeah, we want to play some width, but like I said, we'll hopefully keep hold of the ball, create some opportunities, and hopefully we'll score from those.
Well, I know you're not going to enjoy the next 40 minutes, but go well.
Cheers, thank you.
Mike Mullins, the North Otago coach, and no doubt about it, Kelvin Middleton, he'd be the happier of the two, wouldn't he, going into the second half?
Oh, completely happy. I think North Otago, they withstood a lot of Wanganui defence. Wanganui, when they got the ball in hand, they can show what they can do, and look, make no mistake, the wind is certainly there, but intent, you got 40 minutes of finals footy left, you got to throw everything against it, get into it.
And to be fair, Cole Baldwin, the Wanganui hooker, before the break did say, he admitted it, he said they knew they're going to have to roll their sleeves up. So we're underway in the second half, and I think that's Stephen Fenimore who's on the field for North Otago with the restart, and here is Wanganui, and there's the man we spoke to at half time, and he's one of the first ones to get his hands on the ball in the second half.
Stay there, stay there.
And Marlowe, Simon Dibbin.
Use it!
And here's the captain, Peter Rowe, for Wanganui. 99 games. And that's a pass from Lama, not a great one, and Rima Sagotti does well. Coming forward to meet it is Konafariri. Here's Tonga Tonga. And here's Pai. He kicks over the top, there's Pai. And a bit of a shame that possession given away there by Saleh Pai. And Wanganui have the chance to get out of their 22.
Well, we talked before about Hulakata, how many positions he's played. Also, Saleh Pai also played winger and flanker, plays blindside, but I think in that opportunity he should have kept the ball in hand.
He's been ranging as Saleh Pai, the tree planter. That's what he does. He'll be back to work tomorrow, you'd expect. Here's Fenimore. Short pass and it's lost forward by North Otago.
Knock on yellow.
It was Tonga, was it? No, it wasn't. It was the prop forward. Murphy.
So Karma will be interested. North Otago, they elected to go into the wind in the first half. Has it picked up? Have they got the smarts?
Well, we'll come back to Camo.
Camo's away having a pie, I believe.
He might have, I hope he's getting some for us too.
I do believe he might be lining up a special interview for everyone here.
So here is the scrum and pressure, and coming back through. Here's Pye. He gets the offload to Clark, the captain. Looking for a runner was Josh Clark, the North Otago skipper. Head down is Tougher. Smith bouncing out of the tackle this time is Taiti. North Otago, can they strike early in the second half? Tonga tries to get rid of the replacement Hudson for Wanganui. This time they're trying to set the drive, but Wanganui have done a good job of countering that. Another metre forward. Peter Rowe was over the top of the ball for the visitors, and he's turned it over. Here's Horrocks. Let's rip, and Vasia tries to free the arms, does Matthew Vasia, but he's well held up by Whanganui. Battling, and they've got the turnover. Now let's go downstairs. Ian Jones has got a very special guest with him.
I certainly have. Sir Brian Lochore, the man whose name's on the trophy these two teams are playing for. And Brian, I know you get yourself around a lot of rugby from club right through to the top of the All Blacks, but it's a real pleasure for you to come to the Heartland.
It is a pleasure. You know, it's great to see. The conditions not great, but these guys are giving it everything really, and the game's very even. And anyone could win. Although North Otago have got the wind, advantage of the wind in the second spell, but no, they're playing pretty good, rugby under the conditions.
Conditions are tough, there's no question, but you've watched over the years and played it in yourself, of course, in the Heartland rugby. Watched the skill level that we're watching, the fitness levels we're seeing here on display is great for our game.
It's a whole lot better than it was. I was used to, some years ago, quite disappointed in the preparation of the players. They played club rugby, they hadn't really done the hard yards, and therefore they found keeping up the game at pace was difficult. But these guys are a whole lot fitter, and they do keep up the pace, and they do show a lot more skill than they did. And therefore, I say good luck to them and good luck to the coaches.
Thank you, Brian. Let's get back to the game.
Great stuff. Sir Brian Lochore, whose man graces the trophy, of course. Kelvin Middleton, these teams certainly making a good fist of this, and in terms of honouring the man whose trophy they're playing for, certainly showing plenty of character, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. I'll tell you what, they're throwing everything in there. And just see there, Tonga throwing plenty of shoulders in there, giving away the penalty.
So here they come, Whanganui, and it's Ulakuta. Oh, another collision with Tonga. It's Willing. He's trying to spin out of the tackles. This time is Tofa, and it's picked up by his fellow prop Latu. Here they come, Whanganui. They know they're going to have to grit their teeth into this breeze. Trying to get in there and make a nuisance of himself with the Saleh Pye, and the ball is turned over. And here they come, comes to Fenimore, and he's lost the ball forward, the replacement 5'8", and so Whanganui with an opportunity here. Great field position for them.
Yeah, right in front of the post. You know what, they're making good inroads. Instead of looking for the wee offloads or the passes from halfback, the pick and going around the edges. It's just been superb. Here goes the steal from Pye. Beautiful ball and all steal. Just putting the ball to death here.
You need yourself an opportunity in this half playing this breeze, though, Calvin. You need to take it, have some patience. is what they really need, Wanganui. Stacking players on the right-hand side.
Sit!
6 minutes gone in the second half. Here they come, Horrocks. Marlowe's at first 5. Short ball to Taufui, but he's well taken. Low pass picked up and lost forward by Marlowe. So the mistake came, but Wanganui showing they're keen to have a go. And in a way, Kelvin, when you play into the wind and you know what's at stake in the second half, it can be a galvanising thing, can't it, for a team? And perhaps that's what we're seeing in this first 7 minutes from Wanganui.
Oh, absolutely. Look, how many games have we called them? We've all been, well, they've got the wind behind them, and I think mentally the players think, the wind's going to do it for us. Meanwhile, as you say, Wanganui, they know they've got to grit up, they've got to bear up, Tom, and they've just got to muscle up, and they're showing some good start to the second half.
Sit!
No doubt about it, that breeze is favouring North Otago, but Whanganui's made the better start to the second half. Here's Fenimore, and he lets her up, and it comes down to Simon Dibben. Here's Marlowe, the fullback, throws the drifty pass to Kubanavanua. He in turn offloads it to Taufui. Here's Horrocks. Big guy's not afraid to have a run. Here's the lock forward. Would miss. Can he find some support? He's got the arm free as the big lock. Gets it past the Horrocks. Just 5 metres from the line is Wanganui. Did a good job on the fence, did North Otago, but the mistake made at the back of the ruck. And that is a disappointing way for that movement to end. What a fantastic run by Sonny Woodmiss. Brilliant stuff from the second rower.
Well, look, here it goes. I think it all started from Tufa. Absolutely got right through. Beautiful offload on the inside, and Woodmiss, reminiscent of you, Ian Jones, back in your day. Great run, popped up the ball again. Unfortunately, again from the ruck, disappointing, letting themselves, giving that ball up.
There's just not numbers there, the urgency to get to the breakdown, Wanganui, but as we heard from Cole Baldwin in the half-time break, it's about patience for them. Build momentum. They have field position, which is going to be crucial for them.
So Fenimore forced onto his left boot, and he scrambles it into touch as the replacement first 5. And very much advantage Wanganui at the moment.
It's going to be interesting. This is here in the first half. We called the line-out drive. They ran for midfield. They opted for that line-out move. They've been back move that they've been using during the week. Let's see if they have a full-on drive here. 7 out from the line.
Baldwin with ball in hand. He finds Evans. And they set the drive to Wanganui just 6 metres out. This is a promising move. They can get it moving again. At the back there is Hudson. Still moving. Wanganui. Could be a big moment this in the match. So far, North Otago up to the task. Sonny Woodmiss is in there. He made the run before. Now it collapses, and Jamie Nutbrown, referee, says turnover ball.
Well, I can tell you the big menacing party of Tonga, that big number 8, back he gets up and stretches. He weaseled his way right through the middle of that ball. A real disruptive force in there for the North Otago team.
Well, that was risk and reward for North Otago because they competed at the line-out, which 5 metres away is always the danger. The more numbers you have up in the air, clearly, the less you have defending on the ground. Pretty well set from Wanganui. But the Tonga, the big number 8, just swam through the middle of it, got his arms wrapped around the ball. Stopped that defence.
So another scrum for North Otago. They're proving difficult to get out of their own territory here. Tonga gets the pass off to Suliage, but he's juggling that ball on the bottom, and it comes back for Smith.
Going back, play.
And here comes the fullback, Connor Ferretti. He lets her up with a kick, but Marlowe's in good position, and he jogs over halfway, gets rid of, throws the pass back on the inside, and it comes instead to the halfback. Smith boots it away, flying after it, and it's bouncing around for Dibben, who's gone back there. And he's met by his opposite, Joe Marsden. North Otago trying to compete at the breakdown, but too much enthusiasm.
14, straight off your feet.
Off the feet, the call
Straight
from
off
the
your feet,
referee,
ball.
and Wanganui get a relieving penalty.
Well, it just goes to show you that happened in front of you, didn't it, Carmo? You turn over the ball and all of a sudden you're 50 metres down the park.
Well, she's a cruel game playing into a breeze like that. That's why ball retention, going multiple phases, patience, all those words the coaching staff would have talked about in half-time is so important. But equally, when you know you're playing into it, you also know that's going to happen from time to time. Ace Marlowe really is a wonderful player from all the teams he's played for. His positional play was outstanding then.
4, 3, 2, 9, 1, 8, 0.
So Baldwin finds Woodmas, and Wanganui set the drive again. Horrocks. Lama brings in the left winger. And taken down, not letting go of it was Tanina Suliaj. And another penalty for Wanganui. And Kelvin, they'll be growing in confidence, wouldn't they, the boys from the north, with not only with the fact that the score hasn't moved, but also they're getting a lot of the ball and they're playing a lot of the rugby in their own, in North Otago's half.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I see the penalty count, 6 now, Wanganui. You can see here, Tiliaji didn't let him have a clear release. A beautiful tackle, but again, you've got to let the man clear and release the ball.
Sunshine!
Down the back this time, and it falls fortuitously to Peter Rowe, the skipper. Here he goes. Peter Rowe, game number 99, 7 metres from the line. Horrocks, quick ball. Pass off to Hudson. They're not far away. Wanganui, Lama coming back as Sagoti. Gets through to one, charges into another one. Hard man to put down is the second 5'8" Rima Sagoti. They pick and drive this through Latu. Turnover at North Otago.
Well, that was Josh Clark. I tell you what, he was all over that. Absolutely, stop that dry. Wanganui, hot on attack.
Well, I've got to tell you what, though, North Otago have been really impressive in this red zone of the defending, not to give away penalties. The veteran Rowe from a line out there wasn't exactly straight, and it's pretty hard in conditions like this, but he got the favour of the bounce, got the legs pumping, and now a solid base for North Otago. Benny Moore will just hoof this down as far as he can.
I think that also had summed up the look on Peter Rowe's face. Desire, determination, it's all the things we love about the Heartland Championship. And he just summed it up pretty much in one 30-metre gallop. And as Carmo said, the scrum, North Otago, and they bang it into touch, but not quite the distance that Stephen Fenimore would have been hoping for.
Tactical change coming up, Tom. Lindsay Horrocks to try to score it. The little hardback is coming off. Jersey 20, you see the men now, scrum half. William Short is on.
So here they come again, Wanganui. Off the back of it goes Hudson. Good metres from the man in jersey 19, Bryn Hudson. Here's Lama, throws the short pass. Taufui on loan from Manawatu is Tavita Taufui. Comes again for Short. Here's Rima Sagoti. 5 metres from the line. Over the ball, North Otago. They have another penalty.
Well, they're doing everything right, Wanganui, but just unfortunately 5-10 out from the line, turning that pill over. Again, that's credit to North Otago, everyone in the team getting in there. We had Josh Clark, he pulled it out before. Then Tanina Sululiaji that time. See here, good hard hit up there from Sangoti. See here, turning over. Ball and all, pulling over that. You're not going to get that. He'll take that penalty.
So North Otago, they get another line out, but they're still inside their own half, which... Well, they've got the ball. Mike Mullins, their coach, he talked at half-time about wanting to see them play in the opposition half. Have been able to do that because Wanganui have been up to the task.
Get up, Lottie! Get up, Billy! Get up!
Peter Rowe,
Get up!
North Otago captain.
Hold it, Lottie! Hold it, Lottie! Get low, Lottie! Get low! Hold there, Lottie! Slow! Stay there!
Comes again, another pick and go. Darling this time for North Otago. Just trying to earn the right to spin the ball, perhaps. Messi, Fenimore let it go. He left it for Suliage to pick up, and he couldn't do it. More pressure for North Otago to have to face here.
Well, it worked well for North Otago last week when they made the change at first 5 from Palmer to Fenimore, but this week it hasn't quite been as successful. Fenimore just finding his place very slowly. Bit of breakdown area there.
One of the problems there, and I think playing into the wind, or with the wind at his back, clearly the distance between halfback and first of 8 needs to be adjusted from normal conditions to conditions such as this.
Exactly, and from that, the ball, instead of moving towards you, it moves away from you, so it is a heck of a lot trickier.
So here's Ulakuta for Wanganui. Battling and coming over the top was Manu Taiti, but Peter Rowe, another good run from the captain. Short, gets the pass off to Latu. Bouncing out of one tackle, but they held on to him.
Number 3.
And the penalty
No clear, got to release the tackler before you have a crack
against
at the ball.
Polenapi Mafi. And usually this would be certainly within kicking distance, but in these conditions, Kelvin, well, I was going to say no, but just as I said that, the
I was going to say absolutely not. There you go.
And Ace Marlowe's decided he'll have a go. Carmo, just give us the latest on that wind. I mean, obviously this is a tricky kick for Ace Marlowe, but is the breeze, is it lighter at all?
No, it's not lighter whatsoever. What have we got? 32-3 metres out, straight into it. He kicks it fairly low traditionally anyway, does Ace Marlowe, and that's what he'll be looking to do. Chunk down on a 4-iron, I'd say. Close the shaft a bit, bang through it. But if he gets this over, hey, it's magical points into the breeze, but you know, psychologically too, a huge fillip for Wanganui.
So Ace Marlowe, former Taranaki rep, there he is. He sends it up towards the post. It's hanging in the breeze, and it's just outside the right-hand upright. And the score remains 7 points all in the Lochore Cup Final as we enter the final quarter. North Otago being asked a lot of questions on defence, Kelvin Middleton. But at the moment, Wanganui haven't found any points, which is crucial for them. They've spent a lot of time on attack. Here's Marlowe, missed the kick, drives into the tackle, he's met by Peter Rowe, and over the top, Kilioni Tafa, short. Here comes Wanganui again. Tonga, trying to free Kubu Avanua. Short, goes the short side, and gets chucked into touch for his effort. We'll come back for another penalty.
Well, North Otago just guilty, giving away a few too many penalties now. It's the toughest corner over there to kick into. That's when the wind is directly in your face from that angle. Looking to make some good yards. Again, I don't really think they'll be venturing far away from their line-out drive.
Now, they showed a willingness to use their backs in the first half, and it didn't really pay them too many dividends. And let's see if they've learnt from that. Because they're just 7 metres from the goal line, Wanganui, and they find Woodmas. And he hits the deck. They couldn't really set the proper drive. So Tofa Picks it up and goes. There's his fellow prop forward, Kampeli Latu, but he's wrapped up by 2 North Otago players.
Carried in by Blue. Turnover.
There was looked like there was a little bit of boot work, but in the end, the turnover, North Otago.
I'll tell you what, Tonga, I think you might have a couple of railroad tracks down his back. And that is a big back. You can see here, getting in there, absolutely ball and all tackle, tied him up. And look, he killed that especially. Oh, he got a wee tickle up too.
Change in the front row for Wanganui. Cole Baldwin, the veteran, the hooker, been playing well all year. 2 Heartland 15, Roman Tutoha is on there.
Bind.
Another soldier from the Wanganui Heartland Championship team.
Here's Robbie Smith. And finds the hands of Kuba Vanua. Here's Marlo. Wanganui, their experienced players will need to stand up here. Here's Rima Sagoti, been one of their best in season 2014. 6 tries. Short. Gets the pass back to Peter Rowe. Ducks under one tackle as the captain. Lama this time kicks, turns around the winger, and coming after that, a good speed was Kubuna Avanua, but he can't catch up with it.
Another change for Wanganui, Tavita Tafui. The centre, his day is done, and Jay Floors, the man from Tai Happy, he's a lumber man. This boy, Monday to Friday, proudly playing for Wanganui, the Butcher Boys, in this final this afternoon.
A lovely throw out the back, especially in this weather. Look, nice clearance. Give North Otago plenty of metres. Marlo having a crack from the back.
North Otago have done a good job here of stealing it. Here is Smith. Can the little halfback create something for them? Lays it back for... It's tight up. Smith again. Peter Rowe. Sorry, it was Josh Clark, the North Otago skipper. Coming through across the middle was Tutaha. Ripping it back though, North Otago. Done well there. Looked like they turned it over, but no. Pye. Right in centre field. Comes again for... Here's Benimoy. Decides we want to play the game down in this half. Over the line it goes. It's drifting towards the dead ball line, but forced by Marlo.
That's a hefty dead ball line there, isn't it? That's about another 22 metres. So Fenimore knows the ground very well.
North Otago making the replacements now. Matt Mullins, their coach, going to the bench. Matt Duff, jersey 19, there he is, going on. Garrett Whitburn, the lock forward, is the man who is being replaced.
So restart from Wanganui as the fresh legs come on. Flying forward after that and losing it forward was Pye. And here's Wanganui drifting the pass. And Jay Floors. And short. Good defence and swarming, and picked up though by Hudson. Bryn Hudson for Wanganui. Over the 10-metre line and caught by Captain Clark. Trying to collect the ball too was Josh Clark.
Let it go, yellow! Ball's here.
Woodmiss floating the pass over the top to Floors. Just to get rid of a few of his own teammates. Here's Jay Floors. Here's Short. Prop forward, Toffa. The old Goosey going.
Stay young.
Comes back for Lama. Holds on to the ball. There's Lama looking for one of his Wingers, over the 22-metre line they go. Distance is the big prop forward to Taha. Here come Wanganui again. Hudson back on his feet after that bollocking run through the middle of the park. And picked up by the prop forward, gets the pass off to the replacement short. They're just 2 metres from the line now. Wanganui, are they finally going to get some reward? Driving towards the line. Hudson, it's his third carry of the movement. Tautaha. Good defence from North Otago. Comes again for short. Lama back on the inside. Sagothi! Try time! Wanganui, Rima Sagothi gets his 7th of the year. And finally, some reward for Wanganui.
Well, look, he's been a star performer for the year and especially for this game. But take your hat off to all those reserves. You called him up. Tuataha, he was involved. Brent Hudson, 3 times in that movement. And again, William Short, brilliant play, Carmo.
Well, they had the patience that they needed, and they talked about that clearly in the sheds. This is the breakout that got them field position, momentum, go forward, what they needed. And gee, they're an experienced team, Wanganui. They've done so well over the years. And Rima Sagothi, good step, great balance as well. And he's been a try scorer all year for Wanganui. Plenty of tries scored this year in the Heartland Championship. It really has been great on that point of view. All the teams, not just these two.
And importantly too, Kelvin, the position where he scored that try. Now, you know, sometimes it doesn't matter, perhaps you're playing into the wind, but he's gifted Ace Malo a relatively easy kick and he's taken it, and it's now a 7-point ball game, 14 points to 7, and we've got 12.5 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time for North Otago, but it's a nice cushion to have, that, isn't it, that 7-point gap?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It, not only did North Otago need that try, but within these conditions, they need it close to the 6.
Fenimore comes down for Ulakuta. He lays it back to Short, trying to come through as Matthew Vasia. Knock the ball forward. And
He was going for a knock charge down.
And Wanganui will get the... And that's Matthew Vasia out of St Kevin's College.
Harpy, let's go.
2 jersey 16s out there now, Tom, for Wanganui. Sean McDonoghue, the big 37-year-old truck driver from the Ruapehu Club. He's been warming up for the last 20 minutes. I hope he hasn't blown out so far, because he's been up and down in front of me. And Hayden Tisdall from Mahino, the club just 20-odd minutes down the road from Oamaru here for North Otago.
So Wanganui, through their replacement halfback William Short, tried to get a little bit cute at the back, and off the side of the boot it went, and he's filthy with himself. And that's one of the great expressions you'll see, and it's a great moustache while he's at it.
2 more changes, boys, 17 and 18 for North Otago. Nahito from the famous Kurau Club. We all know who grew up there. One Richie McCall, an hour or so inland from Oamaru. And Matt Duff, jersey 19, is out there.
Down the back go North Otago. Can they respond? Can the forwards get something going? They look to have a good drive going there, but now it's a bit of a battle, and it's been ripped clear by Wanganui. Superb stuff by the loose forwards for the visitors.
Stay there, boss.
Comes to Short. Lama just kicks it in behind the line, forcing Joe Marston, the Englishman, to come forward, and he spins out of one tackle to Joe Marston. Lays it back for Taiti. Crowd starting to get involved in the match. They've been pretty quiet most of this second half because it's been all Wanganui. There's Naholo. North Otago. Duff. Wanganui's replacements have been superb since they've come on. What can North Otago's do in response? Smith. Here he is again, the big prop replacement prop. Lays it back for Smith again. Fenimore. Does it rip this time to Clark? Clark showing it, trying to get the pass through and coming forward and collecting it and knocking it on was Connor Ferretti.
No advantage both ways. First one, knock on yellow.
Encouraging for North Otago, but their execution letting them down.
Yeah, that's finals footy for you, isn't it? Just that pressure starting to mount up. See here, Josh Clark, again playing a stormer of a game. Good covering tackle by, again, that man Sangotti. And Conferredi slipping up the ball there.
It looked to me, Kelvin, like Josh Clark was trying to free the arms to get the pass back on the inside, but Sangotti was up to it. He wrapped him up, ball and all, and there was no way that pass was coming out. Superb defence from the Wanganui second 5'8". Try scorer, and the difference so far.
Come up. Both going, boys. We're not steady there. We're not steady.
See here at the bottom left of your screen there,
Pushing before the ball's in.
Manu Taiti, there, the open side, wearing number 7 for North Otago. Played in every match this year and he played in the final for the old boys. Didn't play loose forward, played halfback. How's that for a mind bender?
Yeah, as you do.
See him there on the side, closest to the screen for the old Golds. Very versatile.
Definitely short enough to be a scrum half, isn't he? Right, here's the scrum for Wanganui, and here's Simon Dibben down the right side, but he's wrapped up by that man. Wanganui, superb second half performance so far from them. Here's the big number 8, Ulakuta, back on the park. Ball did propel forward, but play on's the call. Hudson had a real impact as Bryn Hudson since he come on the field. Short. Marlowe. Short again. Hands flying up in the defensive line, North Otago, but so far, no give in the Wanganui attack. Ace Marlowe comes in to play halfback. Hudson again. Marlowe. Dibben. Slow ball, but still in the hands of... Oh, superb work from McDonough. Forwards running like backs and backs running like forwards. Here's Vosia. Here's Vosia. And he can get round that Matthew Vosia. The schoolboy, he's all out on his own lonesome. Gets the pass off to the lock forward. That's Pye. 6 metres from the line, but in touch.
Flags up.
North Otago given just a little bit of a sniff. And it almost cost Wanganui. Matthew Vosia.
And a big change coming up for Wanganui. Tactical again. Ulakuta, the big number 8, his day is done with 7 minutes to go. Tremaine Gilbert. And Calvin, you talked a lot about the versatility at this level. Gilbert started life as a midfield back. He's now out there in a final, playing in the number 8 position.
These guys are amazing, aren't they? Take away the number on the back, it doesn't mean anything. But look, here we go. They're going to have a crack here, North Otago.
Execution at the line out from Wanganui, with Totaha getting it right. And Short hooking it into touch. And they thought another attack, but North Otago here with 6.5 minutes, or less than 6.5 minutes on the clock. 7 points the margin. And if North Otago can mount some pressure, we're in for a grandstand finish at Whitestone Contracting Stadium.
Stay there.
So here they come, the old Golds. What can they cook up?
Release.
Smith. Fenimore decides to run this time to Stephen Fenimore. Over the 22-metre line. A good carry from the replacement first 5. Smith lets it rip to Vosia. Ball was freed. Banged into touch.
Rip.
Not knocked on. Got the call. Did Jamie Nutburn, the referee. Good defence from Whanganui. And they're going to need a few more of those, you get the feeling, Kelvin Middleton, in the last 5 minutes here.
I think so, Tom. I tell you what, time is ticking. They're playing in the right part of the field for all the North Otago fans.
Down the back to the skipper. Here they come. North Otago. Picked up 10 metres from the line, the old Golds. They go back right again, and they bring in Connor Ferretti. Lays it back, trying to push over the top. Wanganui, and they've done it. Great offence from the visitors.
Stay.
Short. Doesn't find touch. Well taken by Marsden. Floats the pass across to Suliage. Trying to create something over the gap. He goes, he draws the pass, and then for the winger, for the corner, try time! Matthew Fosia for North Otago. And with a kick to come, we could be locked up again. Brilliant stuff from North Otago.
Well, the 18-year-old from St Kevin's College, Fosia, he was on the end of a great ball from Suliagi. Wow, exciting. How important was this kick? How important was that last conversion we discussed?
Well, missed touch to start with at North Otago. They wanted time to run out in the clock. That was a mistake. Then Sailong, he's been outstanding all afternoon, all season in front. Haven't we all been impressed by Matthew Fosia, the young boy on the left wing? His work rate, his work to get into the game, get himself involved, hands-on ball is good, and this, such an important kick to tie it up and possibly take this match into extra time.
Stephen Fenimore, I think it'd be fair to say he hasn't had the happiest of times as he's been on the field, but a chance to level it all up. Strikes it pretty well with a breeze, pushes it out to the left, and so no goal. And so you'd expect Kelvin Middleton, that pretty much rules out extra time. We'll have a clear winner in the 80 minutes here. Wanganui with a 2-point lead with 3 minutes left.
Well, it's going to be interesting. We talked about slowing up the game. Wanganui drifting, very slowly drifting to halfway. 3 minutes left on the clock. Great way to finish the year watching this.
So the restart from Wanganui comes down to Sale Pai. Tries to get out of the first tackle. Here they come, North Otago. Clark saw the sideline, decided to head back towards the heavy traffic, and walking over the top of it, or trying to walk over the top of it, was the Wanganui replacement, Fenimore. He knows there's still time for North Otago. They've got to turn around. This is drifting. It's a good kick from Stephen Fenimore. Dibben hoping that would go into touch. Comes back for Marlowe, but that's a big, big gain for North Otago with 2 minutes to go.
Oh, that's a huge game, absolutely huge game. This is it. She comes down to this, everyone.
Well, Calvin, the play here is we don't want a penalty around the 15-metre line. We know how hard it is to kick, so the midfield set, pick and go right underneath the sticks and try and buy yourself a penalty.
North Otago, the line out is one. They set the drive. So far it's not moving. Wanganui have done a good job.
Adams, he's got his hands on that. Look at that.
Well, it's a struggle for North Otago. Jamie Nutbrown, he's called use it, but as Kelvin Middleton said, the ball wasn't coming out of there. Superb stuff from Sam Adams for Wanganui. And they will get the scrum. Minute 30 left on the clock, a minute 30 left in the season. All to play for in the Lochore Cup Final.
Well, Wanganui, they were fourth in this Lochore Cup. Now, they're possibly going to claw their way up from fourth after beating the topper seeds, King Country, last week. Now, coming all the way down to Oamaru.
It comes for short. Decides to kick. To touch it goes for Sear. He's got to go quickly, and he does. Here's Connor Ferretti. Fiji, and Connor Ferretti throws it past, well taken. Trying to find Bosia. Here he is, the try scorer. They need a bit of razzle-dazzle, don't they, in the last few minutes here. Coming forward, and the penalty is given. Away goes Robbie Smith. Head down, the big prop forward replacement. Nahato, that's the 10-metre line inside Whanganui territory. Fenimore. Short pass. Look at all the numbers, though, from Whanganui. They've had numbers there. They've had numbers there all day. Another penalty. Now this one, it's within the goal-kicking range if they want it. Time's up on the clock. And is it cometh the man, cometh the hour of Stephen Fenimore? They're going to take the shot, Kelvin Middleton.
Well, that's it. I'll tell you what. There's 42 away. Man, how good is this Heartland footy? Coming all the way down to this, Tom.
Well, Stephen Fenimore, he kicked some goals last week to put them in this position, and he has a kick here of, that's about 42, 43 metres.
I'll paint the picture for the conditions. It is blowing southerly, so that right to left at his back, coming slightly over his right-hand shoulder. So his line will be the right-hand upright, drifting. He'll be hoping over the black dot. It is 42 metres directly out in front.
Stephen Fenimore, he'll never have to buy a beer in North Otago again if he can kick this goal. The hush falls over the ground. Strike is good, but he's pushed it to the left. It's no goal, and Whanganui get it done in the Lochore Cup Final. 14 points to 12. Stephen Fenimore couldn't be the hero, and it's more silverware for the Butcher Boys from Whanganui. Lochore Cup champions in 2014.
Jubilation, the face of disappointment.
Well, he struck it pretty well, didn't he, Stephen Fenimore? But you've got to give credit where credit's due. Whanganui, 7-all at the turn, Kelvin Middleton. They scored a try. Got it. The try was close enough, gave Ace Malo the chance to kick the conversion. He did it. And then it was all up to North Otago to find something, and they found a try. They got themselves a penalty, but it just wasn't to be. Whanganui deserved champions.
Oh, look at that. Absolutely hard work. Been fantastic, isn't it?
So despair for North Otago, but jubilation for Whanganui. And it is the boys from Whanganui who get it done in the Lochore Cup Final. 14-12 Whanganui Lochore Cup champions.
This is a good lineup. This is going to be fit guys, and they can still punch like heavyweights. They lose their first fight, that's it, they're out for the night. They've only got 3 rounds to do it, and 3 rounds to do all the damage. This is an awesome setup, awesome format, and they're all credible fighters. It's actually a shame that I'm fighting on the night because I want to watch it.
3 fighters to be announced, and don't miss the super fights. Alua Bath and Cameron Meehan.
That was awesome!
The Mahindra Super 8 Super Fight Night, November 22nd, live, Sky Arena. Brought to you by Rockstar Energy Drinks.
Once upon a time, someone with Sky saw these premium channels and thought they'd give one a try. In the month of October, they spied a great deal. They'd get awesome new content and help sick kids to heal. Such a range of great channels, so many to choose. $5 each for the first month, how could they lose? And the very best part, each and every donation would go to the kids through the Starship Foundation.
No sleep-ins, all seasons, out the door. You don't know us, or me. We're out there every day. Over barriers, through disappointment, past pain, for a reason. To beat the best, to be the best, to be next.
Not good enough. Professional.
You nerd. You are old and decrepit. I'm cool. You're not.
Respected.
He's doing so well.
Do you miss him?
Nah.
Knowledgeable.
And the women's, Macy Gray came in third.
I had no idea what they were doing.
Appealing.
You might get a little bit over-aroused.
If he tinted me, I'd probably say no.
Manson returned with a fire in their crotches.
I did not trust groins at all.
The crowd goes wild. Weeknights at 7 Prime. Brought to you by Isuzu D-Max.
The skill of a great actor is to look the part, particularly when you come face to face with wild things.
Woohoo! Egyptian cobra, wicked.
To know their strengths.
What an amazing piece of weaponry on a beautiful little reptile.
And fears. Go in search of the world's most rare and wonderful creatures. And get under the skin of the wild things with actor Dominic Monaghan. Thursday at 8 on BBC Knowledge.
50 cents a megabyte, lad. 44 cents a megabyte. 50 cents a megabyte. 50 cents a megabyte.
Once you go to use your phone, it's confusing working out how much it's really costing you. But not with Skinny. It's just 20 cents per minute and 20 cents per megabyte. That's 50% lower than Vodafone and 2 degrees on prepaid standard rates. So there's no confusion now, is there? Go to skinny.co.nz to switch now. You can even keep your own number. Simple.
Shoot for the stars. New World Netball Series, Tuesday, Sky Sport 1. Brought to you by New World, proud supporters of the Silver Ferns.
Three Meads Cup final titles in 2008, 2009, 2011, and now the Lochore Cup in 2014. Wanganui 14-12. Horrocks and Sagoti scored tries in each half. Conversions from Malo and tries for North Otago, Palmer, Vosia. And he had the chance, Fenimore, at the end, that penalty, but he couldn't do it. And so Whanganui got it done. Let's go downstairs. Ian Jones with the presentation of the Lochore Cup.
Yep, thanks so much, Tom. Well, welcome everybody, both the crowd here, and well done for turning out in tough conditions in Oamaru, and of course to our viewing audience at home, to the presentation of the Lochore Cup for 2014. Before we get underway, I must congratulate both of the teams, making to this final. I know they've both had in different seasons, but they were here and contesting. We saw a wonderful, tough final game of football. And also like to introduce the dignitaries who have joined me up on stage. The man who bears the name of the trophy on my far left-hand side. Great to have Sir Brian Lochore along with us. Thank you, BJ. We've got Derek Hurd from Pink Bats, the wonderful sponsors of the Heartland Championship. David Douglas, president of the North Otago Rugby Union. So my mate here, Brian Green from Wanganui. People say he's talking to my knees, aren't you? Absolutely. Down there. Well, it was a wonderful game of football. North Otago, third place going in to this. Got here on the back of winning away to South Canterbury last weekend. Couldn't get the job done here, but I'm now going to invite up their skipper to say a few words on behalf of their team. Here you go, Josh.
Thanks. Yeah, just on behalf of McEwen Petroleum North Otago, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors, McEwen Petroleum, Kiwi Concrete, Fat Cells, and there's a few more, but there's a lot to get out, so I can't remember them. But yeah, just to Wanganui, you know, you boys wanted a lot more than us, and you know, it was a great game out there, and obviously a bit disappointed we didn't get the result, but you know, to play a game like that, you know, you sort of got to be happy at the end of it. Just to all of our supporters through the year, thank you very much. You know, it's good to have the supporters club up on the bank, you know, every week yelling out and giving the opposition a bit of grief. So, yeah, that's about it. So just to Pete, well done, mate, and yeah, cheers.
Thank you very much, Josh. Congratulations personally on your wonderful year. Of course, a member of the Heartland 15. I'm now going to call up each player, all 22 that are involved in this afternoon's game, plus some of the management to receive their medal of being part of this final from Sir Brian Lochore and the other dignitaries. We're going to start with the one and only. He scored 4 tries this year, one of the veterans, Ralph Darling, your loose head prop. Kilioni Tafa, the hooker. Palali Napa, Mafi, tight head prop. So Ali P.E. scored some wonderful tries for you. North Otago. Jaden Whitburn. Your skipper, Josh Clark. Manalea Tahiti. Samisoni Tonga Tonga, the big number 8. Robbie Smith, and I know he's got some fans here. Ben Palmer. Matthew Vothier scored the try, bottom corner, keep you in the match. Ekaromi Sayalongi. Tinina Sayalongi. Joe Marston, late replacement. Samili Konofridi, wonderful game, wonderful season of the fullback. On to the reserves, Hayden Tisdall. Saniali Nahoto. Matt Mullins. Matt Duff. Cameron Keenan. Who would want to be a goal kicker? Stephen Fenimore. So Suya, Na'alo, and of course your management, led by your great coach, Mike Mullins, Troy Looms, your manager, Duncan Keegan, trainer, Jason Forrest, wonderful physio to keep these players out there in such a tough competition, Philippa Malsoe, and Eva Gregory Hunt. Final round of applause, please, for North Otago. We'd also like to acknowledge the contribution of the referees and their refereeing team out here. It really is tough in conditions like this, but it's an attractive game of football, and that's the cause of the refereeing panel working hard together. Can we bring them up now to receive some medals, led by the referee, the man in the middle, former player himself, Jamie Nutt-Brown. James Dolman and Grant Day were your assistant referees. And the TMO didn't have anything to do this afternoon, Chris Hart.
It is good. I mean, that was a compliment.
Thank you. Cheers. Cheers, boys. Thanks, Jason.
Well, Wanganui, you've been in this position many times before in other forms of this competition, the Heartland Championship. It's great to see your travelling fans, the Butcher Boy fans, have come down here. Now a chance to hear from your captain, the winners of the Lochore Cup for 2014. Let's hear from Peter Rowe.
Yeah, firstly to Josh and the boys, congratulations on the way you played today. You know, you're saying that we wanted it more. I don't think that was the case at all. It wasn't. We weren't thinking that with watching the last penalty kick. So, you know, to you guys, you're always a big contributor to the whole Heartland competition, and I congratulate you on another fine season. So, we know that you'll be, you know, always there again next year, and it was we was pretty happy to come down here and take a win. It's been a while. Yeah, to Jamie and your assistants, you know, it's a pretty tough game out there today, and neither side was wanting to give an inch. So I thought you controlled the game really well, and yeah, congratulations on that. I guess, you know, for a captain to thank a lot of sponsors and that back home, there is a lot of them. I'm sure Daryl back, he'll be enjoying a double run, you know, the Taranaki last night and Wanganui today, our major sponsors still for him. So, you know, that one's for you, Daryl. Yeah, to my boys, you know, thanks for keeping on believing. Going into the semi-finals, we made it by +4 on the points differential, and to come through and win it is a real achievement, and you know, good on you guys for continuing to believe. Also, I'd like to thank our sponsor, our support for travelling. You know, you're a good, faithful bunch. Sometimes we can be a little bit hard to support, but you know, today it was good to put it on for you guys. Also, I'd like to thank our wives, our children. The sacrifice that you guys make is pretty huge, and there's a lot of dirty training gears and that have to be washed. So, you know, thank you heaps for that. That is much appreciated. Yeah, just thank you for that, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. Cheers.
Well, congratulations, Peter. Peter playing his 99th game for his union this afternoon, which means he has to be back, I guess, next year. I'm now going to call up each and every member of the Wanganui team to receive their medals for their winning or their presentation of their commitment and part of today's final. We're going to start with their loose-head prop, Kamapeli Latu. The veteran, wonderful season, the hooker, Cole Baldwin. Vicky Tofa, tight head prop. Sammy Madams, the big lock forward. Alongside Sonny Woodmass, had a wonderful game this afternoon. Andrew Evans, the blindside flanker. Your skipper, the man we just heard from, Peter Rowe. The big number 8, always a handful, part of the Heartland 15, Lasa Ulukuta. Try scorer, Lindsay Horrocks. Alita Lama, the 10. The try-scoring winger, Sami Kubanavanua. Scored a wonderful try this afternoon, scored plenty this season. Lima Sangoti. Tavita Tafui, the centre. Simon Dibben, right wing. And the veteran, Ace Marlowe. Sean McDonough. Roman Tutaha. Tremaine Gilbert. Bryn Hudson. William Short. Jay Floors. And 22, Clive Stowers. And of course, the wonderful coaching and management team of Steelform Wanganui. Jason Caskey. Assistant coaches, Jason Hamlin and Guy Lennox. Your manager, Chris Beck. Your assistant manager, Robert Lockhead. The physio, hard-working, I'm sure, Kent Stembridge. And a selector, Marty McGrath. But now the moment, we have Sir Brian Lochore present. We have the Lochore Cup. And I'm going to ask Peter Rowe once more, and bring up all your mates for yourself, for your moment photo, and hand over the Lochore Trophy for 2014 to Peter Rowe and Wanganui.
Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah.
E una la subi que mudou,
So to the spoils, to the victors go the spoils. Here's some results from this weekend. Manawatu, the ITM Cup champions of the championship champions, and Taranaki, the premiership champions last night. Thrilling matches and fantastic games they were. Manawatu into the premiership for next year. Bullock couldn't get it done. Mid-Canterbury too good in the Meads Cup final. And then today, Wanganui 14-12 over North Otago here in Oamaru. And Kelvin Middleton, Wanganui, well, the celebrations they'll enjoy tonight come all the way down from the north to this part of the country, and to get the spoils thoroughly deserved for them. They played a great second half and deserved Lochore Cup winners.
Oh, absolutely deserve it. They played well. Look at that. That is an absolute sight to see, isn't it? Fitting finale to what is a superb display of rugby for the season.
So Wanganui get it done. They beat North Otago 14 points to 12 on behalf of Kelvin Middleton and Ian Jones and all the Sky crew here in the South Island. A very good afternoon to you all.